to another great evening. I'm joined with No Limits, Mad Dog, and Riplet Monster. We're going to be viewing the, I think it's the ITF game versus the VTRN. And it's a conquest match. I think it's going to be something different, something we haven't done before. So I'm very excited. I know Mad Dog and No Limits were pumped. It's just going to be tricky for Riplets to just try and get the right camera angles. But you give us a few minutes, I reckon tonight it's going to be a banger. I'm just going to hand you over to Mad Dog. Mad Dog, what do you think of the teams tonight? And do you have any background information of the guys?
Well, first of all, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for the introduction there, Mr. Greatman. And this is a Division 3 match coming from Division 4 and quite a new to the PS4 scene. I do not know anything about the teams tonight, which makes it quite interesting for our betting as per usual. So, Mr. Greatman, who's your money?
God damn it, no, it's going to start again. Fuck, goodness sake. I take
it.
It
has to happen. You know it has to happen.
All right. Okay. I got no information on these gentlemen though, so I reckon. I don't know what. I mean, let's go to our technical specialist, No Limits. No Limits. I mean, do you know anything about these teams or anything on how they've been playing in wins and losses?
Well, good evening, guys. It's like Mad Dog said, it's an honor to be busy spectating and commentating on a Division 3 game over here. Well, I mean, these are two well-known teams throughout the pubs, and that yeah, I know who I'm putting my money on though, but definitely the veteran boys have been around for a while now. Bunch of gamers mixed up between old and youngsters, and that they just basically had to enjoy the game. But it's nice to see them playing and participating in competitive clan wars over here in Division 3 though. As for the ITF guys, I know a few of them. I'm not all of them though, as per se, but there are a few guys to look out for in their team tonight.
No, that'd be fantastic. I think, you know what, Mad Dog, I don't know nothing about them. You don't know nothing about them. I reckon I'll go, maybe the veteran, or let me go ITF. You know what, I think the youngsters, I like the up-and-coming guys. Maybe it's a bad choice, maybe it's a good choice. ITF for me. I don't know. Were you thinking of ITF as well?
Okay, well, you go ITF. I'm going to go the veterans, yeah? And, yeah, we will put our, as per normal, $200 on it.
$100 a game.
$100 a game. Ah, I love the sound of that.
Yeah, I know. My account actually needs to be settled. I should settle it this weekend. Stuart, just a word with you. Would you accept payment on behalf of me to maybe help our cause?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Okay, so boys,
well, just a little bit of info for you guys. Sorry, Stu. These are two teams, sorry, that are busy fighting or they're just about fighting relegation as well. Or not relegation as per se, as there's only the 3 divisions though. But I mean, as for the betting, well, I'm agreeing with Mad Dog tonight. I'm going to put my money on veteran. I mean, out of the 3 games that they've played so far, they've won 1 and they've lost 2. And then you have a look at the ITF, which have played 4 and lost 4 games though.
Yeah, I feel like, as usual, I'm bad at betting. I shouldn't do it. But anyway, it gives a new aspect to the game.
You should maybe look at the stats before you make a bet.
He recently lost a bet against his girlfriend. I mean, quite sad, is that? But
for you ladies and gentlemen out there watching the stream, you guys will eventually realize after tonight that Greatman, his strong point in life is definitely not betting on anything.
No, let's just correct you. My strong point is becoming in debt via bets.
Yeah, to be honest, Zach, you're gonna be paying off everybody's bills towards our cause for the team. So I don't mind. Keep betting as much as you want. As long as I get paid, we're all good.
No, it's fine. I'm actually sponsored by EA, so it's fine. I'm sponsored by Dice. I just hope Dice is listening. Dice, please. Yeah, so don't worry, your games are covered. I had a word with the guys, getting the server for free.
But listen, gents, on a serious note, I must say I'm actually quite looking forward to spectating for the first time some tank play. I mean, we've had 5 weeks now of just domination. It has been interesting. It has been fun. I mean, we just come off a loss now to MRU2. But I must say, from a commentating point of view, it's actually going to be quite interesting to spectate a game that involves some tanks and bringing another element into the strategy. I mean, I don't know
Oh,
about you, Oaks,
yes.
but I've been looking forward to this all week when they asked us to commentate on this.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I feel that tanks, guys, it brings a whole new aspect to the battlefield. If you've got one good tank driver, it can honestly do some damage. I mean, if I'm looking, I just want to go through the names here. Maybe No Limits. I know you were practicing earlier. Let's go through the team lists here and see what the lineup is like. I mean, would you go through the ITF guys first there and see if you recognize any of those names?
Definitely, okay. So we've got Naki at the top there. Then Du
Sorry,
LFC, I definitely seen him though a few times on the field, as well as DLS though. Shooter McDan, not too much though, unfortunately. But it seems like we've got 4 assault players now in the Apple squad. Moving over to the Butter squad itself though, we've got Kombrink, Swanee, and Tiart. So Swanee I've seen a lot online though. Also, it's just having a look at the squad as well. I mean, it's also another 3 assault players. So we've got a total of 7 assault players so far. And I mean, obviously, with the new update, the whole Regal's gone for a ball of rubbish at the moment. And I mean, it will be interesting to see what guns the guys will still be using out on the battlefield. I mean, I've seen a lot of the guys on the competitive scene already still using and running around with the whole Regal. But I mean, with the lack of sights that are missing now, and also, I don't know, the weapon just doesn't feel as stable as it was before the update. So they've done obviously a huge update to the weapon. So they've actually nerfed it a lot though. So yeah, that's it from the ITF guys. I mean, there's not many guys that I do know, but as for the veterans, I mean, I've seen a lot of those guys out on the battlefield. Just starting off on the first squad there, I've seen Pondo out there before, I've seen Urban out there before, I've seen Dolphy, Dragon Lee, and I haven't seen Vruchtebome. That's a very unusual name.
Oh, lovely.
Vruchtebome, basically that's a fruit tree bro, in the English language.
And
in the language of foreign.
It's a bit foreign, but it's fine.
And then obviously going over to the Butter squad itself, we've got OB, Kutzer, and George ADP. Not familiar with any of those names, unfortunately. And then finally in Charlie squad, we've got a 1-man there. We've got Diamond SA. We've seen him once or twice, so. And then we've got Dragon Lee, Martini J. It's Martin J. Then, yeah, they're just all moving over now. Yeah, I mean, there's not many of the usual names that I've seen there, but yeah, there are a few. I'm putting my money as the MVP tonight on Du from ITF, so I've seen him play before. He's quite a solid player, but overall, yeah, let's hope for a good game from both teams over here.
Well, it seems like at the moment... Sorry, carry on, my dog.
I just want to elaborate on what Limits has said, or not elaborate, let me just get some insight. Now, on this map, how do you think the tank play is going to come into it? I know, Limits, you're quite good in the tank, so what would be your strategy and your thoughts going into this game as the tanker? I mean, what do you see as being the key to victory for either side? I mean, is it going to be the infantry, hence why the one team has 7 assaults, or do you actually think it's going to be with regards to how well the tankers play and get rid of the infantry?
No, it's definitely going to fall down to the tanker side on that. You know what, especially the tankers are going to be more on the defensive than an offensive play, I think, on this game. I've seen a lot with some of the bigger teams in that on how they control the map basically with just the tank alone itself. So they obviously push those vital points and they obviously pick off the flags where they can at least see 1 or 2 of the flags at a time in that. So it's going to be very interesting to see how these Oaks are going to maneuver through with the tanks tonight and that, and just see how they're going to control the map and obviously support the infantry running ahead.
And your flag of choice that you think all the action's going to go down on tonight?
Definitely between D and E.
D and E. Okay, well, perfect. So, Greatman, and you were saying there, getting back to you.
I was just thinking now, we were talking about the tanks now. And do you think it's a valid thing for the assault guys to go after the tank? I mean, I know unless the tank is trying to cap an objective. I mean, but if the tank is hanging back as defense, is it a valid option for the guys, the opposing team, to actually go out and try and get the tank kill, knowing it's going to be spawned in again in the next, say, or should they rather just maybe attack it, do some damage, cause it to push off the objective and try and hold it there instead of,
No,
trying to go
definitely
for
you're
the
gonna
kill?
definitely you're gonna have some infantry that's gonna have to play a vital role in destroying that tank and that. I mean, you've seen yourself personally from the pub games and that in Conquest how annoying those tanks can be. I mean, especially on point. Damage to either make the tank lay off a bit or at least destroy it in the whole segment
Yes.
itself.
Or maybe they can restart the map. I mean, Stu, have you heard anything from these guys, or are we just waiting for the go
I just
ahead?
got
Or
confirmation. A couple of guys were late due to work, but they're all online. Just see ITF is missing one player. Not too sure if they're going
no,
to if they're going
it's
to start.
11-11 at the moment.
Okay, so 11-11. I'm just waiting upon confirmation from our guys from VTRN of
Shouldn't they
when
be
they're going
playing
to
a
start.
12v12 though?
It should, but there is a agreement if they have less players, and both teams agree to play with one man down per side, they will start the match. But I
That's
see that
a captain's preference.
yes, so it all depends on the captains as well. Similar to what we have in Domination, it's either 5v5 or 8v8. Conquest, if you're missing a player and both teams agree to start playing, then they will start playing. As long as there is that agreement. So we're just waiting upon the guys to let me know when they'll be starting. And then, I'll keep you guys updated.
Well, I just want to say, so I think that's what I think, guys. I mean, I know you guys will agree with me. I think that's what's so nice about the clan wars. I mean, you don't get that. Let me just call it out there, that douchey moves or douchey play from opponents or the other team. I mean, they understand. We all work, or most of us work and have our lives and problems. So it's nice to see that they would do an 11 versus 11 instead of a 12v12 or 12 versus 11 just because a guy doesn't have a player.
No, definitely. I think that's great sportsmanship from both teams.
Oh, definitely.
So, Mad Dog, any tactics you want to run us through tonight that which you would consider to be a definite through this Conquest game tonight?
Yeah, look, I must say, I mean, I'm a major fan of tank play. I think if you can keep the tank alive during this game, use it to push an objective, especially, let's just say you have 3 flags, the guys have 3 flags, you use the tank, maybe as a front, just to draw fire and, have 1 oak or maybe even 2 oaks constantly repping the tank like a good tank crew, and then the guys to come around the flank and then just play it like that. I mean, once you get the flag, move back off it and then let it be an infantry game from there. I just see the tank in Conquest playing such a key role here. I'm really looking forward to that. I just see that being the difference in this type of game.
Okay, so I've just got confirmation they've restarted the server, and they will be playing 11 versus 11. The 2 missing players, 1 per team, will be joining a bit later, and they will be starting at 3 minutes.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah,
Looking forward to it.
Right, let's see if I go under the pocket or I can just use my snorkel to just stay level.
But no limits. What do you think? Do you think that's a sound and valid tactic, like I was mentioning there with the tank?
Definitely, but like I mentioned before, I mean, the way I'd run the tanks tonight would definitely be on the defense itself and that. I'll majority of the time I would allow the infantry to push forward though, and obviously get the tank into those points when it is critical and when it is needed to take on flag and that. But definitely I'm looking forward to the infantry play tonight. I mean, I love my infantry moving and I love that up close quarter combat. So definitely that's why I put out D and E tonight. I mean, I'm looking forward to a good corridor push between D and C, and just overlooking that E point and getting the guys just to obviously do that little cheeky flank onto that E point there as well, and just contest. I mean, I'm just looking forward to such a great infantry battle tonight.
You described it like a piece of cake. Alright, so go on.
Mixed up here though.
Yeah, no, the guys they haven't screwed their heads on tonight. It seems like they're in different squads, different teams. I mean, I feel like there's a bit of a transfer season right now. The guys haven't got the heads up yet from the Battlefield Bros. It only happens at the end of season 2, so
Season 1, but
we should come right. Season 1, sorry, end of season 1. So yeah, it seems like the guys have caught a bit of a wake up. We still got one ITF guy.
Just wait for Kutsa to move over.
And then there we go.
And we've got unbalanced squads over here. We've got 12v11.
Still Kutz is on top there. And he's 12v12. So it seems like the
12v11,
guys
eh?
are...
There's still one man missing. Are they going to be going ahead like this, or is that why we got that 3-minute grace period just to allow that final players just to put in?
I'm not 100% sure. They said that other players will be joining. If the captains have agreed to start playing with 11 versus 12, then they will be playing 11 versus 12 until the 12th person can join in.
Well, they've still got 2 minutes to go, so we'll see how it goes. Just another question with the tanks. I mean, we've got the tanks coming through. Yeah, I mean, what would you do? It's a tight-knit area, this map. Would you go a light tank, heavy tank, or medium tank? Or I mean, there's so many options for a light tank. I mean, you could do so much damage, but you've got that risk of just getting annihilated by 2 assault players. I mean, what would you guys say? What for your preference, Mad Dog, or your preference, No Limits, for a tank? What would be your option here?
Well, definitely on Mars. Oh, sorry, Mad Dog. Proceed.
No, you can go.
All right. Well, definitely on my side. I mean, for the guys running the tanks tonight, I mean, if you have a look at the general conquest maps and that, there's no what's the name? There's no really restrictions on the vehicles itself, besides obviously your DLC and then obviously the behemoths in that. I mean, obviously your stage specific super tanks, if you want to put it that way. But I mean,
yes.
Definitely for the guys to push tonight, I'll really take an armor tank than over the light tank. I think that light tank is better used for your quicker pace games and that, such as Rush and that. So
Yes.
I would take a solid tank over here just to hold them off for a while and then just carry on pushing bit by bit.
And for you, Mad Dog, what do you say there, bud?
Yeah, look, sorry man, I was just away from my mic there for a second. What was the question there again?
I was talking about the 3 different types of tanks and which would be the most effective on the map.
Well, look, I'm not a tank player myself. I would assume something like a light tank, something that's quick and agile, that you can move around. Especially.
Yes.
No Limit said you're gonna defend a lot. Light tank. I don't know if there's correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if there's a difference in repping times from a light tank to a heavy tank, but I think maybe it will be good just to take a light tank just for quicker maneuverability.
Alright boys, well, the match has started already over here, but as we can see, like I said, the guys have pretty much got those heavy tanks out already. So I mean, that's what they're going to be using to push those vital points in that.
Yeah, and we've got, how many tanks are allowed on the map? 1?
One of each class. So you can't have 2 heavies, 2 lights. You have to have one of each.
Yeah, all separate. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to mention here, guys, the 2 capture points A and F are non-contested points. Okay,
non-contested.
So neither team can be. Neither team can be capturing any of those points.
I was wondering why they're running Foxtrot there. But there's a bit of action at Delta. We've got two guys underneath the bridge there. The guy, what's his name? Swan just got taken out by George. And a bit of rocket gunfire from the Charlie flag. I mean, that looks quite interesting. Ooh! Some big shots coming in from the Charlie flag towards the Delta flag. Tank's taking some serious damage. And let's see if that tank can change the tide of this game. Swan coming in at the bottom. Oof, getting taken out again by George.
As
like
mentioned by Mad Dog earlier, I mean, this is fantastic gameplay from Fruit Tree himself there. I'm going to call it in English though. He's actually, the minute that tank takes some damage, I mean, the guy is right there to continuously repair that tank, allowing more time. But I see he's just been taken out now by D. Ellis.
Nice little cheeky from D. Ellis on the left of the building. I don't think the tanker sees him. He's more concentrating on the right hand side from the actual tank on the front. He's taking some big knocks, pushing back.
There's a big
Seems like we might ooh, a 4v2.
It's actually quite difficult to call it out. You can't call a 4v2 because then two players will join and all of a sudden it's a 6v2, then a 6v4. But yes, the veteran are certainly playing well, yeah. But yeah, no.
Yeah, it's a nice tight game. I mean, the ITF guys are trying to get the Charlie back. They're struggling, running down the corridor, each getting picked out at a time. Combat Inc. is running down and just gets taken out by what's your name? Stop moving there. Martin. We're calling Martin.
A double kill on a D corridor. He's holding their tank back quite nicely. You see, this is what I was talking about. This type of play, you got a tank sitting on Delta, and you got 4 guys and 1 tank. Call it 6 guys now. And the tank, I would definitely go for an aggressive push here, try and win back that flag. Veteran are running over these guys now.
Yeah, I just feel there's a bit of a proper drain now. Those are flanking from the right. The ITF guys need to push up to Charlie and leave the tank to. It's holding Delta. Push up to Charlie. At least you got a chance to shoot over to Delta from Charlie with the tank. At the moment, they're getting destroyed on their own home objective, Bravo, and getting flanked from left and right. I mean, all you need now is that tank to come down the passage towards Bravo, and then there's a whole spin in the works. And here it comes. Here we go. This could be interesting. Nice push by the tank on the on the left-hand side. It engages D. Ellis. And I don't think he sees him, but I don't think the support would be much strength against the tank. And Bravo's just been overrun, absolutely overrun. Red Army ants all over Bravo.
Yeah, no, yes, yeah. I mean, look at this. Yes, the veteran are pushing with a vengeance here. It is certainly interesting to watch. I mean, Limitor, what are you thinking so far here? I see they're going with a quick counter on to C, but. Your veteran are pushing hard, yeah.
Yes, what I'm seeing is could be a quad cap here. Jesus.
Oh well, we've got a little cheeky flank over there from Combrunk now. There's actually 4 players on the C flag at the moment, and we got 1. And we got 2 busy pushing around that building, obviously going for those vital positions now. I think he's going to head off to E, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to keep an eye on him though for Nana. But yeah, definitely. I mean, these guys, veteran, just pushing so well, gelling so well together as a unit at the moment, and then just eliminating player by player off each flag, then just pushing them back further and further back into their own spawning points. So this is absolutely fantastic play from veteran.
Well, Charlie's being contested very well by the ITF guys. I mean, they've stood their ground against the whole squad. I think there's 3v2 at the moment. If I'm looking at, rocket gun double. Oh, sorry, tank. And Echo's getting taken.
I'd just like to say something here, though.